we talked about in our last session, following some of the symptoms, right? So there's um, herpes, which is really, I don't like the name because what it really is it's a kind of blister, almost like an external cyst, which is really just the um, either, I think in this case, it would be the digesting of cells that are no longer needed via the separation conflict. So separation conflict is like, let's make a shield, right? It's like if you are lifting weights and you keep getting parts of your hands kind of like it's abrasive, they start to rebuild kind of like a callus, right? And when that's no longer needed, the skin will come off, fall off. It's a version of that, only it's a different uh, germ layer. The nature of the conflict is different, so you have a different healing phase. So we have, and then we talked about um, vaginal dryness and pain. Is there anything else that I missed? I think that's the main thing
Yeah,
as
that
far
was
as physical.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then we were talking about the um, conflict themes. So sexual separation conflict, that's definitely one of them. And then we were talking about two potential other ones. One was the conflict that comes from sex that's uncomfortable or painful, which can result in the dryness. And I think that one was like not getting enough mucus conflict. So that one essentially turns on to help you be able to make more vaginal mucus or mucosa um, in response to something that was either painful or just, it doesn't even need to be like overly painful, just like irritating. So that one can turn on. So we looked at that, said, okay, that could be the secondary conflict, or it could be a morsel conflict, which would be connected to the yeast infections. So again, tricky thing about yeast is candida is a type of yeast, but if they tested for candida and they didn't find anything, then it more actually is more likely that the secondary conflict is a morsel conflict. And the morsel is likely a penis, or it could be anything. It's like the unwanted thing that I can't get out, right, or get away from is going to be the morsel conflict. So these either happened at the same time, depends on the I want to recap this a little bit just so I have a better timeline, because two conflicts can hit at once. And if they're different germ layers, you don't constellate. So it's not like you would just have a behavior adaptation with no symptoms. No, you'd have two different symptoms resolving typically at the same time, turning on at the same time. So that's possible. But remind me, because you did say you had the yeast infections growing up, right?
yeah,
You did.
yeah. I had yeast and BV growing up, and I was on a lot of medication for it too.
Okay. But no herpes.
No herpes. Yeah.
Okay. So when did the first herpes kind of outbreak, because they call it, happen?
Yeah. How old was I? And I know who I like quote unquote received it from. So I'm trying to remember. It was like I was right at end of college, so like 22.
hmm
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's possible that either that event at 22, so was it consensual sex then, or not, or was it not?
I like the little thumb next to your head. That
Oh,
was
I didn't see that.
yeah, yeah.
It
It was
was.
yeah.
Okay. But there was still this internal battle around it for you?
You know, there was this wanting, and this was like a theme, like wanting to be loved so much by this person that like, and I
hmm
didn't really take when he told me about the diagnosis, I didn't take it seriously enough.
hmm
So that's like when I left myself and my boundaries,
hmm
um, to have sex in order to like receive the love that I was wanting.
hmm So were you conflicted about the sex at the time? And was it like buried, or was like when he told you about the herpes, was that shocking at all in any kind of way?
No, but I didn't know anything about it. I didn't realize
Okay.
that it could be spread. I didn't realize anything. I was like, I don't know why
hmm
you're like this, but I appreciate it.
hmm
But we never really like basically I felt like as long as I was having sex with him, he would stay. So that's where the conflict was happening, was like
hmm
even when I didn't want to have sex, I would in order for him to be there. I mean,
And where were you living? Were you living on your own?
yeah, I was like I had roommates, but yeah, not like with my family
When did you move out of your family's home?
at 18.
At 18. Okay. Because what I'm looking at is two things. Either you were in a sexual separation conflict with him, and that could be, again, wanting to separate, not being able to, or wanting to be close, but feeling like you're unable to. So there's some separation conflict that either started with him or actually you got into a solving because of him.
Mhm.
So the solving would be you already had this active, maybe from a young child. We talked about your dad and the abuse that happened there. So it's possible that you were conflict active, dad is a track, so it's just continuing to stay on. And at this point, was it even conscious of the memories of from childhood? Was that always conscious, or did that emerge later in life?
Um, it was conscious at that point, just through dreams, though. It was
Oh,
just,
okay.
and I like told the therapist, and they kind of gaslit me. So at that point, it was still just like repressing a lot of it.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So that could be the conflict still on because you don't have any symptoms in the conflict active phase of this. Now, what's interesting is the if the yeast and BV turned on, then
yeah,
let's think of it this way: the morsel is out, right? The morsel is out, but the track could keep turning that one on. So when you get close, it could turn that on. When
yeah,
you leave, you can go into solving. But feeling like even when you're separate, you can't separate from dad, not in this morsel sense, but just a general sense of I can't separate. It's possible that that just stayed conflict active. And then if you wanted to have sex with this man and you didn't feel threatened, it was consensual, that can actually put you into a solving because it's like, oh, I don't need to separate anymore.
yeah,
But of course, the tracks, dad, this is what can then, put you back in to it. I'm just trying to find, it doesn't sound like there was a DHS with this guy previous to having sex with him that I could find around sexual separation. Like, did you have any moment with him where it's like, I don't want to have sex, but I'm not going to say no. I feel like I
Oh,
have to. Anything? There was.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry if I
Okay.
didn't answer earlier. Yeah, totally. It's just like I felt like the only way to really keep around, and I have memories of like over sexualizing and over objectifying myself
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for him, even when I didn't want to.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
then that could have been it right there. And then because what's happening in the psyche right then, it's like I have to have sex with him to keep him. And that's probably the sexual conflict, maybe double sexual conflict nympho, which just means it's like if I am fully claimed and then I get pregnant, then you're not going to leave and I'm going to create my own territory, which is going to solve my territory conflict. If I create a baby, that's a territory. That's my territory now. I've solved the purpose of sex. So it drives us to, like almost like get pregnant in a way is the drive. So it could have been that, could have been those shocking moments, could have been with dad. Um, I think we start with dad and kind of like that inability to separate. Um, because that's going to be connected to the morsel conflict anyway. It's like if I don't feel like I can fully separate, then I can't fully solve because it can happen again in terms of like how my biology will interpret it. If I can't separate from the threat, then the threat is still
Yeah.
present, right? So, anything I'm missing? Okay, let's start. Yeah, we'll start with the separation. Out of the two, which one comes on? Like, what symptom is more dominant now, like in recent years?
Like what physical symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
I would say the smell and as like protection and the dryness, those together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let me just look up again with the morsel conflict. Do we actually get dryness with that one? I don't remember that one being dryness. So there's possible that there is three, and it wasn't actually either or. Female reproductive. Here we go. Okay. And were you ever, remind me, were you ever diagnosed with endometriosis? You weren't, right?
No,
Okay.
definitely have thought, I've wondered, but yeah, never been diagnosed.
Okay. Do you have, are your menstrual cycles super painful?
No, not right now.
Okay. Just checking.
Probably waves, yeah.
Okay. Not that. I mean, we didn't talk about this, but there's likely a sexual conflict just because this is one of the most common in females. Did you ever go through, we'll check, it might not be, I don't want to assume, but did you ever go through or do you go through like extended, like how regular are you with your menstrual cycle? You get it every how many days? And
It's
is it
like,
regular?
no, not of the last couple of years. It's like 28 days, sometimes 15, sometimes 50. So yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it could be either or.
Mhm.
Okay. 50. Okay. So you probably do have a sexual conflict as well. This, I'll tell you what will resolve that. Is there any, see, is the discharge yellow or clear?
Clear.
Clear. Okay.
Yeah, clear and white, not yellow.
Okay. Both. So both
I
or
don't think
clear
it's
and white,
in white.
not
Yeah,
yellow.
I
Okay.
don't think I've seen a lot of yellow. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think this is one. Let's see. Fungal healing. Yeah. Yeah. And TB. Okay. So I think there definitely is this not being able to produce the mucus conflict. I think that is one because of, you said that there is a smell to it. That's probably the TB bacteria. That one has a certain smell, and that also comes with vaginal dryness.
What does TB stand for?
Uh, Tuberculosis.
Okay.
Um, it's a type of bacteria,
Okay.
and so yeah, it looks like you've been able to downgrade, but you're in a hanging healing here with the not being able to produce mucus. That one, there's the discharge and the dryness.
Hmm.
Now, if there's yeast on top of that, and that's a different one, then yeah, we're looking at least three, which is, oh, and then let me ask you this. Are you able to have a vaginal orgasm, like a cervical orgasm?
Rarely, rarely, rarely. Yeah.
Rarely. Okay. I ask because the sexual conflict over time, once you solve it, you'll be fine. But over time, you will lose the ability to have a cervical orgasm. That's another way to tell that one.
Well, that normalizes that then.
And what about heart? Any heart issues? Like all of a sudden a super rapid heart rate or anything like that?
No, I mean, of course, anxiety from time to time, but I wouldn't say it comes out like that.
Okay, so I think with the sexual conflict, you're in a hanging healing, but it looks like you've downgraded that quite a bit. But anytime your cycle goes over, 28 days, you're gonna have an active sexual conflict, likely. Sexual conflict says my femininity is not safe with a man. I don't belong to a man that will protect me and provide for me. And there's something around, um, yeah, it's like my feminine qualities don't have a place to belong,
Yeah.
kind of like this. Or like if I do, it's dangerous. If I can't open up to this person because it's dangerous. Right? Because female territory, there's a territory conflict, sexuality, emotions, and kind of like physically, it's like the interior of the home, and children. So it's kind of like if any of these things don't feel safe around either my father or who I'm dating, I can get a sexual conflict. And let me just look at one more. Yeah, see, so this is the interesting part. We said this last time, remember? Sexual separation in the conflict active phase is vaginal dryness.
Mhm.
If that one's still active and you start to resolve, which you have, I think you have downgraded because of the discharge. There's also vaginal dryness in the healing phase of the mucus program. So it's kind of like either one, it's, until one fully resolves, you will, like, let's say you resolve from, let's say our session, you resolve the mucosa one, the mucus. Let's say you resolve that. You might not be able, the only way you'll tell that you've been able to solve is the discharge. The smell of the discharge will stop. Like that one, that discharge will stop. The dryness might still be there. That's going to then likely be from another conflict. That will tell us actually if the other one is still on or in healing, but it seems like it's probably just conflict active in the background. It's possible you solved it. When was the last kind of like herpes outbreak that you had?
Oh, I feel like it's been years and years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
I also have been I haven't had sex in 3 years, so like it
Okay.
only comes on during intercourse. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to tell if that one is resolved. How you know it's resolved is if you do have sex and it doesn't come back on, then you've
Yeah.
resolved.
Yeah.
Um, okay. And then I just want to look at this morsel conflict one more time before we find a starting point. No, not the muscles. I think I missed it. I think the morsel conflict is higher. I think it's like a fallopian tube thing. Let me see. Loss, variances. Let's see. And I can't find it. Um, okay, if I can't find it, we'll just work with what we have. Mhm. Also, you said something just while I'm looking here. You said something on our last call about you had a flare up recently, and that was connected to your dad, right? That conversation.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And what flared up exactly?
Like first off, I had a ton of body aches and almost like I was getting a flu symptom. And then
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of just like vaginal tightness and like itchiness. Yeah. But like I
Mm.
felt like even my throat was shutting down. I had like,
Oh,
yeah, whole body symptoms.
any discharge?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay. Because okay, so let's see here. That is so interesting because now I'm just there might be more than just these two. So healing phase symptom would have been discharge. That would be not when you were conflict active, you wouldn't get the discharge. There would be no symptoms. But did you say you had night sweats?
No.
You said you had a fever?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is essentially the same thing. So that tells me TB is working. So I do think we are working with a morsel conflict. The pain, though, the body pain is going to be self evaluation.
Mm, okay.
So wherever that hit, and where was it? Just kind of everywhere?
all over, mostly like my like lower legs.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thighs
Yeah.
and lower legs. Yeah.
Okay. So self-evaluation in the legs could be about like not being able to get away. It could be about a move, like unwanted move, but some sort of self-evaluation around it. But if it all, so now this is telling you what programs are connected to your dad. So was it like muscle pain, like in the vaginal wall, like tightness, like this? Or does it, was it more in like the cervix? Could you tell?
I would say more of like the walls.
Okay.
And then just like overall, just like uncomfortability, like dryness,
And
itchiness.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so we have, I'm trying to find the muscle program. That's actually one that we have not looked at. So I think this is about not, it's called like not being able to hold in the fetus, but that might be, I'm mixing that up with the procreation conflict. There's so many different ones because there's so many different germ layers. Um, Not the mucosa, vaginal muscles. Here we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is probably it. So it's not being able to hold in the penis or not being able to prevent vaginal penetration for
Mm,
sex, unwanted sex, fear of sexual intercourse. Conflict active phase weakens. So I'm guessing this. So if he was a track, this is how tracks work. So you had a phone call, a disagreement, there's conflict activity. So it's like anxiety, cold hands, cold feet, restlessness, right? If you are able to separate, put it down, and start to relax again, you would start to go into the healing phase. You don't need to go to sleep to go into a healing phase if it's a track. So you go through the two phases. Typically, you have to go to sleep to go into phase two, but if it's a track, you go through them. You can go through the full phase in the daytime. So the healing phase, you'll have vaginal cramps, vagismus, vagismus. What a word! And it's the actual muscles kind of cramping and contracting. And so, does that sound like what you experienced?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now we know. Yep. Not being able to hold the penis. Now this is motor cortex. Okay, this is a motor conflict. Yep. So this is about being stuck. So in the conflict active phase, what happens is you get a weakness in the muscles. And then when you solve, they will literally kind of like cramp and like this, just like, muscles we go to the gym because they're starting to rebuild and get stronger. Um, and this is how this germ layer kind of strengthens, you know, uh, this is how it's serving us ultimately. So this is a good one. Why don't we start with this and then these are, again, what I'm seeing is we solve one, we may solve a couple because it's all related to the same instance. But now we know, now the only part that doesn't connect to this one is going to be the vaginal dryness. So that one will be um, the mucus. Let's see. No, not the mucus conflict because that's healing phase. It will be I believe, the sexual separation conflict is dryness and conflict activity. Just double check. So we at least have two in one here. Yeah, vaginal conflict active. Okay. So I think sexual separation and the inability to, I'll use the word morsel, even though I don't think this is a morsel conflict, to, like prevent penetration. Those two plus self evaluation, we know you have at least those three our tracks with dad.
Yeah.
So if we can get off them, then how you'll know is you can get into the same kind of conversation with him and your body doesn't react that way. Right. And so obviously that's going to be the goal. So let's start working on it. Okay. So go inward for a moment. And because these three are coming together, I'm just going to focus on one and get underneath it because it's probably the context that's tying them all together is probably the same thing. So just take a couple breaths and just go to that moment where it was like, I can't prevent penetration. And as far as you remember, what's the scene? What's happening?
Would this be like when I was little?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, it's so hard because there's not like a core memory with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
like an inner knowing of like I can see his face and like him
Mm-hmm.
coming closer to me, like wanting to like please me, but I was too small to like push back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's just work with that. Is there a feeling on it?
I've worked this quite a bit, but there's
Mm-hmm.
still like almost like a gagging in my like lower belly
Mm-hmm.
travels
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some like disgust.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a primal and appropriate response. So just be in that scene for a moment and freeze the frame that's most shocking or scary. Like, what's that moment where it's like, oh, I can't get away?
Okay.
And what's the frame? What's,
Like I just keep seeing and hearing like that he's gonna please me. And that's like when like there's this stuckness, right?
mm-hmm.
It's coming in me and like there's just this like, yeah,
Yeah, like I can't get away.
yeah.
Yeah. So be in that scene. Where does it hit you? Where does it live?
Feels like it like lives in the walls.
Or does it live in your body?
Like it feels like it lives in my vagina
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
walls. Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate, I would say. So just keep your attention there for a moment and let's just see right in that scene. I can't get away. So if I can't get away from my dad, what must be true about me in this scene if I can't get away? Or if I can't stop it?
Like I'm not strong enough.
Hmm. I'm not strong enough. What else?
This like I'm just gonna go with it. There's like this
Hmm.
like special energy too that's coming up around it. Like I'm
Hmm.
special also and like can
Hmm.
myself that's why it's happening.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
like
so normal for a
yeah,
kid to see it that way. So I'm not strong enough. I'm special. Anything else? If you're in, did you feel in danger at any point because you couldn't get away? Like if I'm not strong enough and I can't get away, is there a sense of I'm not safe, I'm in danger, anything like this? Doesn't have to be. I'm just checking.
yeah. It's interesting because normally there is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've worked the safety a lot, so I don't somatically feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that that's like been connected before to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like safety has been really big.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll leave it out for now if your body's not responding to it. So let's look at I'm not strong enough and I'm special. Let's start with I'm not strong enough. Not strong enough to what?
like to push him away because then
Mm-hmm.
like he could hurt me. So I'm like really vulnerable to him in that moment.
Yeah. Do you try to push him away?
No.
You freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for a little girl, it's like if I push him away, then he could attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a good reason to freeze and be afraid. So if I can't get away, I can't fight back. And if I'm not strong enough, what also must be true about me if I'm not strong enough? Just in that scene, if I'm not strong enough to push him away, what does that say about me?
Like I'm not good enough. I'm weak. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I just feel like what's the point of even the existence? Like I'm just like
Mm,
nothing.
right.
I can't protect myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not worthy. What feels most true? And just see what you kind of, your body responds to in that scene. I'm not worthy. I'm weak. I'm not strong enough. What
I'm
feels,
weak.
I'm weak. Okay. So stay there. So first, we just want to notice this. Okay. If I'm too weak to get away, then I won't try to get away. Because if I do, of course, he might attack me. So let's just go to that worst case scenario because we want to expose the fear. If you were to fight to get away, what would be the worst case scenario for the little girl?
Like he'd like wrap his hands around me and like,
Yeah, like dominate you.
yeah, dominate me to stay.
Yeah. So just go there and just see first impression. If he just dominated me to stay, what would that say about me?
Mm.
Put it
Eh,
this way, it's like if like my dad is like forcing, holding me down, dominating me, what must be true about me?
well, I'm unlovable. Or
It's not something, it's definitely not something a loving father would
no,
do, right?
like I've done something wrong in order for him to
Mm,
do something like that. I've like
mm-hmm,
disobeyed.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels true.
So it's like I've done something wrong, or what was the other one? I'm unlovable. What feels more true?
Like I've disobeyed. Yeah.
I've disobeyed. What does it say about me if I disobey? That I'm,
Like I'm not a good girl, a good person.
yeah, and the opposite of good is
Bad.
yeah, I'm bad. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done something bad or I'm bad. Now let's just investigate that for a moment. So, being that scene, I'm bad. And I just want you to see why I'm taking it here. If little girl's mind says, don't fight back because then I could be attacked or dominated, maybe you've worked through the safety piece, but obviously that's going to be like, that's unsafe, right? That's dangerous. That's scary. So, there's going to be, I'm not safe is connected to most of our context. But also, then it's like, it proves that I'm bad. So, somewhere along the line, you learned that, especially for your dad, you need to be good, right? So, did you have, and do you still have, but did you have the kind of good girl
Yeah.
complex that came online?
Yeah. Very young.
Yeah. What do you get when you're good with dad specifically? What does that give you?
Yeah, it gives me like love, validation, time, attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so then bad would be the opposite, the loss of those things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. feels like a punishment.
Yeah. So is it possible that the specialness that was there was by little girl? Did she interpret that as love, as like a kind of love, like I'm special, I'm loved? There's probably confusion around it, but what would you say the emotion around the specialness was?
Can't feel like an emotion like that felt like love, but it's
Hmm.
weird how opposite these are because there's this one
Yeah.
part that feels like I'm getting punished and I'm not good, but
Right.
there's this other part that's like, oh, this is like how dad's showing me love and I'm special and I'm unique and like I feel open from that and like connected.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I'm getting at here is I wonder if for that little girl, the like no, fight, separate seemed more threatening than to just freeze, specifically because there might be now I'm bad and I lose all my specialness and I'm unloved. And that's actually scarier than freezing.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing, I don't want to jump too far out of the scene, but how that pattern in of itself might still be alive between you and dad. Like if I say something and I'm bad, I'm seen as bad, or that's not what a good girl would do. Not obeying. And now I may lose this sense of specialness or love,
Mm.
and that might keep me from being able to separate.
It's very true still.
Does that resonate? Okay. So stay in that scene. I'm just going to use the word love. Your dad forcing himself onto you mean that's an act of love. I know obviously now we know it's not, but just looking back at the scene, see her. This is what makes me special. This is what makes me lovable or loved. This is proof that I'm loved and I'm special. Start there. Is it true?
Present day me? No.
Present day you, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Obviously, little girl thought otherwise because we don't have the ability to reason in this way. So we have to just go attention, affection, all these things. Oh, yeah, of course that means love. And love is something I get from my parents. And specialness is something I get from my parents. And it's where we define ourselves based on our environment. We really can't separate from it until later. Right. Let me try to see one more thing with the specialness. What kind of person looks for specialness?
Someone who doesn't feel like they're special.
Hmm. And what would be if I'm not special, then I'm.
Not good, not
Hmm.
lovable,
Hmm.
worthy.
Hmm. Yeah. So maybe it just plays into this I am bad, right? If I'm not special, then I'm bad,
Yeah.
right? And when I'm special, then it's like validating my goodness.
Yeah.
So first, let's just find the innocence because this might be what the I'm bad wants to find evidence for. That part of you that was like, no, I'm special. This is good. Like this is not bad. I'm special, right? And which is one way that we cope as a little girl. But the I'm bad might say, oh, you shouldn't think any of it was good or any of it gave you specialness, right? Because there's this split, right? So let's just find we want to find the innocence in why did it make sense for that little girl to see it as special? So you tell me, why did it make sense for her to perceive that as I'm special?
Well, that's all she knew. And
Hmm.
getting like one-on-one attention from dad. And so that
Hmm.
felt like really good to have like his eyes and
Hmm.
his love.
Yeah.
So, and no one else was receiving it, not that I knew of, so that
Hmm.
felt special.
Yeah.
And the way he
And
was
so
treating me, yeah.
say it again.
Just like how he was talking to me and treating me like
Hmm.
that, it makes sense that a little girl would think she's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to hear your words again, but if my dad thinks I'm special and treats me as special, then I'm what?
I'm lovable, I'm good,
Mm-hmm.
worthy.
Yeah. And what feels most true? If my dad thinks I'm special, I'm good, I'm loved, I'm worthy. What feels most true?
Oh, good or loved.
Hmm. We could use both.
Will you repeat it?
Yeah. It's like if my dad gives me this one on one special attention, I'm good, I'm loved, or I'm worthy.
I'm loved.
I'm loved. Yeah. Okay. So, what's more scary for a little girl to, at no choice of your own, but at no choice of your own, make it mean, oh, this means I'm special and loved, or to admit to ourselves, okay, maybe I'm actually not loved as a little girl. Maybe, what's happening, this part of me that says this shouldn't happen or this is off or what makes me disgusted. It's like, what if that actually means I'm just not loved and not special at all? What would actually be more devastating for that little girl?
That one for sure.
Yeah, it's just this little, how old were you?
Three
Yeah.
and six. So two ages. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, it actually goes into our survival body to where we have to know that we're loved and we have some sense of belonging because we are absolutely dependent, right? So, does that make you bad for telling yourself the story? This means I'm special and loved. Does that make you bad?
No,
I would suggest, but I want you to see if you can see this, that was safer than the alternative, right? Maybe I'm not loved and maybe I'm not special at all. That the safer option was to actually look at that and go, well, if this just means I'm loved and special, I can cope with it a bit,
yeah,
right? Who did you become as a little girl when it meant you were loved and special? Towards dad, who did you become?
like his favorite and the good girl and
Hmm.
wanting to please him, make him happy. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So then we will become the thing that seems to give us what the payoff is, which might be, in this case, love or specialness. So that's kind of the part where we go, oh, that's where I start to get in agreement with the whole thing. No choice of my own, totally innocent, right? But it's like, oh, I'll play that role for safety. And makes perfect sense for the little girl to do that. Again, the alternative is really scary. We just want to make sure that little girl still isn't running the show now and needing to play that role, right? So again, this is where we get into these like subtle forms of agreement because the opposite seems more scary. Being kicked out of the house, not being special, not being loved, that is way more scary. So we'll be okay, I'll become who you want me to be. I'm special, I'm loved, I'm perfect. And we have this special relationship, right? So we just want to deeply understand why all of that makes sense. Because the more we can understand it and what makes sense to the little girl, the less any kind of shame can survive. Hopefully, it starts to be replaced by compassion. So let's try this again. So be in that scene. You can't get away. Worst case scenario, if you tried to get away, is he would dominate and control you or dominate you. Now, again, I want to hear your words. One of them is, then I would be bad, absolutely bad. But what else? If I'm bad in the eyes of my dad, then I'm,
not good enough, not worthy. I'm a disgrace.
mm, that's a
Yeah,
heavy one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what feels most
And
true if I just said no, no, and I separated and he kind of attacked, got angry. It's like, okay, I'm bad And if this is how, my dad is responding to me getting away, I'm bad and I'm a disgrace. I'm not worthy. I'm not loved. I'm not safe. What feels most true?
So if I separate and then I get punished, like hurt,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Then that means that it just feels, I know this wasn't one of them, but like I'm not even like worthy of safety at that point. Like it's like I'm trying to defend myself and to leave and
Mm-hmm.
it's not, then I'm like just stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means about me. That's where it feels almost like the disgrace. Like there's like, what's the point of even ever trying again? Because I can't get away.
Mm. Yeah.
I don't know if any of that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So it's kind of like I'm just absolutely powerless.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
And does that have the tone of more about fear with the powerlessness or more about self devaluing with the powerlessness? Like, because I'm powerless, I'm just worth nothing and I
Yeah.
can't, it's more that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So go to that scene for a moment because right now, it actually, for little girl's psyche, it didn't make sense to her to try to get away. So we have to start coming to that acknowledgement of I didn't want to separate more than I wanted to freeze. Right? Somehow that was more safe. Obviously, we have some, a reaction inside of us that says separate, but it will be overridden if it seems like the scarier of the two options. So what we're doing is we're undoing that fear for option two. So you completely feel like you can separate at any time, which is what the little girl said. No, I can't. That's too risky. I actually have to stay. I have to freeze. Okay. So go to that scene, go to that worst case scenario, powerlessness, domination. And if I'm just powerless, I can't get away and I'm powerless. And he's angry with me. Then what must be true about me in that scene?
If I'm powerless,
Mm-hmm.
what must be true about me?
If I'm powerless, I can't get away. He's upset. He's dominating. You said like something like I'm not worth existing, but is there
Yeah.
something like that there?
Feels very like I'm just weak. And if I'm
Mm,
weak, like
yeah.
why am I here type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is in the conflict active phase of one of these programs, you have literally vaginal weakness of the muscles. So just noticing that language, I'm weak, and then the weakness hits. But I think it's deeper than just I'm weak. It can be just I'm weak, but I'm just checking what feels more like it has more energy on it in that scene. It's like, well, if I just can't get away, then I just proved to myself I'm just weak. And is there like one more step after that? If I'm just weak, well, then it's like, I'll just give up. There's no point. I'm nothing. It's like, where does it go?
That's 100% it. It
What
just
are
goes
your words?
of literally like I'm weak, I'm not worth it. Why do I even exist? What do I even do? It's like
Mm-hmm.
hopelessness
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
even like
Yeah.
existing
Yeah.
or trying. So I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what must be true about someone that there's just no reason to even exist? Like that we can't even find a reason for this person to exist. What must be true about that person if it's like, there's just even no reason for you to even be here?
Like that they're weak or like like if they don't feel like they have any purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that question's always hard. Is there a different way to frame it?
Well, I think of it this way: think of someone, not you. Think of someone else, and if you just concluded somehow this person's Like there's not even a good reason for them to exist. I can't find any good reason for them to even just exist and have a life. What does that say about them?
Oh, that just makes me so sad thinking about someone feeling like they have no reason. But if I truly believed that they had no reason to exist, like they're nothing, then I guess
Mm-hmm.
they're worthless.
Yeah.
Like they don't
Okay.
contribute to society.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So try turning that around. I'm worthless or I'm nothing.
I'm nothing.
Yeah, if I just rebel, if I say no and I just get totally dominated, I'm powerless. I can't get away. It's like I'm nothing and I'm absolutely worthless. Do any of those resonate?
Yeah, yeah. And the things that I feel and have felt around like the worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would you say is more true in that scene specifically? If I fought to get away and I couldn't, as powerless, it's like then there's no reason to live and I'm worthless or I'm nothing. What feels more true?
The nothing.
Yeah. Is there emotion on that one?
Just like despair and hopelessness.
Hmm. Yeah.
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 Like a, yeah, yeah, just hopelessness.
Yeah. So also for that little girl, it's like let's just bring more understanding there. What seems more safe? Freeze and believe I'm special, get away, try to get away, but be forced, dominated, and then just be in hopeless despair and nothing. Which one is more scary?
Trying to get away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it makes sense that I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So does that mean you're bad for not putting up a fight or doing something wrong? No.
There is this shame that that I liked it or that I stayed or that I derived that
Hmm.
specialness from the interaction.
Yeah. And zoom in. What was the part that you actually liked? Was it the attention, the affirmation? Was it the sensation? Like, what was the thing that the shame is on for liking?
I think both, but probably the sensation more.
That's where most of the shame is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like I liked the pleasure part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm bad for liking pleasure. So just stay there. Is it true? Don't try to get this right. Don't try to be the good girl. For me, there might be a yes. I don't know. Just see what comes. I'm bad for enjoying pleasure. Is it true? That makes you bad.
Yeah, there's a part that says yes.
Yeah. And what's your proof? And be in a scene where it's like you're actually okay. There's pleasure here, and I'm enjoying this. What's the proof that I'm bad because of that?
There's no proof.
Spend some time in that scene. Is there any proof? Let me ask you this: are you doing the pleasure? Like, are you telling the nerves what to do and when to do it and how to do it? No. What was the alternative again to stopping it?
Trying to leave and then potentially getting hurt and then feeling
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Hurt, powerless, despair, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
Why did it make sense to let yourself kind of come into agreement with it? Why did it make sense? What did it give to that little girl?
Well, it gave her safety. If she could blame herself later on, it gave her safety because she didn't have to point fingers at dad. But in that
Yeah, and then
moment,
be the bad girl.
yeah, exactly. And then in the moment, it gave her that attention, that love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so let's just look at it. That's love. What your dad did is love. Is it true?
No.
No. Is attention love?
Oh, there's a part of me that's saying yes.
Oh, good. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
You ever get attention from a homeless guy and you just get overwhelmed by love?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. More honesty. Okay, attention is love. Who do I become when I
That's
believe that?
getting attention, equating it to love. Yeah.
Yeah, so who do you become when you believe that attention is love? Who do you become in relationships?
Mm, like the good girl, the special girl,
Mm-hmm.
worthy of love. Like I feel better about myself,
Mm-hmm.
validated. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the good girl honest?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So is the special girl totally honest either? Okay,
No.
so you have to trade honesty through vulnerability for specialness and right validation through attention. When you're getting it, besides the hit like a drug addict, like we all have, besides that hit of attention, does it give you a lasting sense of I'm I'm loved,
No.
lasting sense of love itself?
No.
No, because then they give you attention, you get love, they pull it away. It feels like they'll pull your heart out
Yeah.
because it's like they're pulling love away, as if love is something that can be taken, and you'll experience that over and over. Heartbreak, heartbreak, heartbreak.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar?
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so go back now and just check. Attention itself is where that feeling of love, we'll say, comes from. Is it true?
No.
No. Now, if someone gives you attention and you tell the story, I'm enough now, I'm loved now, is it coming from their attention or is it coming from how you're interpreting their attention?
How I'm interpreting it.
Yeah. Attention must mean I'm valuable, I'm good, I'm loved. But that means if you take it away, then you take away my goodness, you take away my love, all of it. Now I'm in a love hate relationship. I love you when you give me attention. I hate you when you don't. Now, who's the one that's the source of losing love? It has nothing to do with their attention.
No, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then what? Who do I become to get it back? I become the good girl, and now I'm disconnected from myself. Now I abandon myself in the search for love. Can I ever abandon myself enough to get love? And it can never work. No matter how good I get at being the good girl, the cost is my authenticity. The cost is me. And that actually is the source of the love when I'm just fully allowed to be authentically me. So we just first want to notice that paradox. The more you chase love through attention, the less you're going to find it, the more love hate comes in, and then the more pressure to be the good girl. And we just keep this pattern going. And then typically I'll attract guys that fall in love with the good girl because that's what I thought love was growing up, especially as growing up. And as soon as I'm not the good girl, oh no, he freaks out.
Spot on. Everyone.
Yeah. So go back. My dad giving me attention is the proof and source of love, that I'm loved. Is it true?
No.
No. Okay. Again, did you choose to feel pleasure? Like, did you literally, and like actually look at the scene? Did you have a moment where you went, I have zero sensation and now pain or pleasure? Which one do I choose? Did you choose it?
No.
No. Did you choose to not fight back? In other words, did you choose to let it happen because it
Yes.
seemed like the scariest thing to do? I mean, the safest thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it make you bad for believing that if you escaped or tried to and you couldn't, Are you bad for believing that that's going to mean that you're just nothing and you're going to be in despair your whole life and not be special, not be loved? Does that make you a bad person for believing that?
No, I was protecting myself.
Yeah. And now let's see if you still need that protection. If you did fight back and he dominated you, just stay there. And it's like that powerlessness comes in. I'm nothing. I'm worthless. Let's look there. Start with I'm worthless. Would it be true? Is it true that if you fought back and he was upset and you couldn't get away, that you're worthless?
No.
No, because that says how dad treats me determines my worth.
Mm,
And who did you become when you believe that? Again, broken record, good
yeah,
girl, right?
girl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then the more I became the good girl, I'd vie for the attention. But then when I didn't get it, there goes my worth, right? There goes my, am I good enough?
Yeah. And I lost
Right.
all my like needs. I let go of all my needs and wants and everything like that to be
Oh
the
yeah, we have to. Because like, who do you want me to become for you? Because I've learned this is the only way to feel good enough and to feel loved and to feel special. But now here's the interesting part. You abandon your authenticity, which is special because no one's authentically you. So you actually abandon the source of your specialness,
but
looking for it.
yeah.
The same is true for love. The same is true for your goodness. We abandon it in the search for it. And eventually we blame the other person.
Abandoning my own love, abandoning my own specialness, abandoning all of that.
Yeah, because think of like, have you ever had any moment with a friend, like a girlfriend or something, where you feel so safe that you could just totally be yourself?
Yeah.
Is there any lack of specialness? It's not like, oh, look how special I am, but is there any lack of specialness there? No. Is
No,
there any lack of love?
no.
No. We don't have to go to the positive form and say, oh, look how loved I am right now. Look how special I am. It's already there to such a degree we don't even need to say it because we're just not conflicted. We're just ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So this is about recovering that yourself. But we have to make sure that little one in you knows that it's safe. So let's go back again. Go back to that scene. You're held down. You can't escape. There's powerlessness. Okay. Just in that scene, you're worthless and you're nothing. Is it true? No. The reason your dad is doing that is because you're worthless and you're nothing in that scene. Is it true?
No. It's his own thing.
Mm-hmm. So now go back to that original scene where it's like, I can't get away, but just try this on. In the absence of I'm worthless and I'm nothing, and everything that comes with it, I have no reason to live. And in the absence of this makes me special, how does the scene change? That moment you realize I need to get away from this, how does the scene change?
And in the absence of I'm special,
Yeah. If like the attention in this doesn't mean I'm special, in the absence of I'm special, and then in the absence of, well, I'm just worthless. If I do try and he, you know, dominates me, then I'm just worthless. So taking out those contexts, what changes in the scene?
then like this literally has nothing to do with me. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
a character in it, but it's not because of anything.
Mm-hmm. But how do you change in the scene? What do you do differently? How do you respond differently in the absence of this is the source of my specialness? And somehow, if I say no or if I move away, then I'm just going to be worthless and nothing. In the absence of that, how do you change in that scene?
I'm still not pushing away. So there
And
must
why not?
be fear. There must still be like a fear for my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's okay. So I don't push away. Why? What is it helping me avoid or
Like
stay safe from?
I'm sure at the core it's probably death. I'm saying like my
Mm-hmm.
fear is getting hurt from him.
Yeah, so stay there. So now it's a little more primal. We're getting a little more, okay, well, he can overpower me and maybe kill me, right? Beat me, this kind of thing. What would be the worst case scenario?
that
The
he
worst
killed.
fear? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he kills me. So let's look at that. What is scary about him killing you?
I mean, I say kill, I would say like really, really hurt me. I feel like maybe on an evolutionary perspective, it is death, but like, so I don't know which one to go for. I feel like actually
Hmm.
getting like physically hurt.
Yeah, I think it's that too because no one's actually afraid of death. We're afraid of our beliefs, maybe about death.
Yeah.
And then also it forces us to look at our life and what's not aligned. So if you go instead to like a brutal beating,
Yeah, that's what I'm really afraid of.
yeah. Okay, so be there, be in that scene actually where that happens. You do fight back. He brutally beats you. A lot of pain, undeniable. I can't bypass as that would be extremely painful. But what must be true about me if I'm just being beaten to a pulp by my dad? What must be true?
And I'm like useless. Like I just people can use me.
Hmm.
It's,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm useless. So let's check it. Be in that scene. Dad beats me to a pulp and I'm useless.
I just feel
Means,
like used at someone's disposal. Like there's just like
yeah, like disposable, almost like trash or something. Like what kind of things are disposable?
yeah, that's what it literally feels like. It's just like trash. Like just beat me up. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
So what does that feel like in terms of an identity kind of state? Is it just like I'm trash? I'm again, it could be I'm nothing. I'm useless. I'm worthless.
Yeah, I'm worthless.
Hmm. Okay, so he beats you, and that means I'm worthless. Be in that scene. Is it true?
To little me, yes. To adult me, no.
Yeah, so we're asking the adult now. Obviously, it was true for her because she didn't fight back.
Yeah. So no.
So, yeah, see her in the scene from this point of view. He beats you to a pulp. And now, suddenly, it's proof you have zero worth. You have no worth. Is it true? No. Who do I become? Again, when how my dad treats me determines my worth.
Like I just lose myself, right? I become
Hmm.
the people pleaser, the good girl.
Hmm. Yeah. That's also the version of you that will let herself be used. You see that?
Oh,
Because doesn't it make more sense than being beat to a pulp?
yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going to fight back. I'm not going to be the bad girl. I'm not going to say no because actually just feeling special, trying to enjoy it is way safer than saying no and being absolutely beaten to a pulp and being worthless.
Yeah.
So this is where we just start to own. This is also what starts to move the shame is like, yeah, there was a part of me that wanted to be used because the alternative was scarier and it wasn't a choice you made. It's all happening automatic. It's just how we survive. It's not like were presented with another option at that age. Hey, you could do this and it's actually going to be totally safe. No, no one came in and just gave you that reminder, right? So now it's like, so it's not even, it's hard for me to even say you chose it because you didn't choose it. It just was the way your psyche said, this is the safest route, actually. But then if we keep believing that's the safest route, then it's like we'll enter into relationships, we'll think we need to be good, And at times it might be worth it to be used to avoid being bad and then being maybe in danger or just absolutely worthless. And we'll
Yeah.
just repeat it.
Yeah.
Is this Cali Psyche 101?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right ahead.
Okay, so it's just that little girl. Is she bad for that?
No, no.
I just am really feeling her innocence right now of like, no, actually, I'm just so afraid,
Yeah.
of being beaten, attacked, harmed, and just then it being proven that if my dad did that, I'm just absolutely worthless. Like, then what? What if it's just true as a little girl that I'm just have zero worth? It's like total despair collapse. That is so much scarier than let me just be the special one.
What's so ironic is like she did grow up feeling she's felt that that's been reiterated in her life that she feels worthless. So it's like
Hmm.
she did so much to prevent it.
Right.
She protected herself,
Yeah.
but ultimately she felt that anyway.
Well, because we only protect ourselves from something that we already believe is true about ourselves.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's kind of like a denial, right? Where it's like, I'm going to do everything to do to be worthy. It's just that's the more shiny side of I'm not worthy. Because without I'm not worthy, I wouldn't ever pursue worthiness. If I already have it, I don't pursue it, right? So it's like, yeah, somewhere in the psyche just said, okay, because this is happening, and it could have even been laid down even before that. It's just like, I'm worthless. And acknowledging that and being really honest with that at that age is way more scary than being the special one, the good girl, the one that can get her worth in all these ways. It's way safer. So, again, does it make you bad?
Not
No.
at all.
Can you see how that's intelligent for a little girl?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
So let's check the scene one more time. Who would you be in the scene? In the absence of the thought, well, if my dad beat me, I'm worthless. First of all, to be beat to a pulp, if you just freeze a frame, you're in a lot of pain. Like I've gotten in fist fights, been in a lot of pain. Just in the moment, just freezing a moment of being in pain, is your life at risk just in that moment?
It feels like it just in that moment,
Totally
but
feels like it, right?
it's not actually.
But let's just look at this. What does it mean for your life to be at risk, right? If we really take a look, it's like, oh, I could die in a future.
Yeah.
This could lead to this, and then I could die. All of that's happening in our psyche. In the reality, it's woman or little girl, swollen, pain, bruised, like a harsh physical moment, right? But if I'm walking through my house and I stub my toe or I hit my funny bone, you know how bad that hurts, or shin or something, and there's so much pain. But if I don't have the context, my life is in danger, it's not a traumatic moment. It's just a lot of pain. I broke my collarbone, and it actually was trauma because of how I interpret it. Like, I'm worthless now. I'm not going to play football. But if I just had extreme pain and I couldn't believe I'm worthless, my life's in danger, then it's just me with the pain. That's reality. Brandon in pain, collarbone broken.
Wow. It's very like um very detached. Like there's no, it doesn't mean anything about me.
Well, this is the difference between us and animals. We can lie about ourselves and they can't. So an animal can be in pain and then they just do the next intelligent thing to help with the pain. Humans can say, because this person inflicted the pain, I'm worthless. And now, because I want to avoid any kind of pain in the future, I'm going to keep imagining this person attacking me. And now they're attacking me more in my mind, maybe more than they ever attacked me in the real world. And now I'm attacking me more.
Yeah.
Right? So we have that ability. And that's also what keeps us in these patterns. So I just want you to see if you can be in that scene. I just want to see if you could find safety there. Yeah, pain doesn't mean I'm not safe, right? So there been any moments in your life where you're in pain? but you didn't have the story, I'm unsafe, my life is in danger, or I'm worthless,
Yeah.
right? So just be in that scene and just be there for a moment in the absence of I'm worthless and my life is in danger, which always involves a future. And what's in that scene? What how does it change in the absence of these contexts?
Then I feel like I can move. I can like defend defend myself. Or like I literally am like scooting to the side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
maybe go ahead.
like I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if I'm in pain,
Yeah. Even if he
you
doesn't
know,
let go and I'm stuck
it,
there, like I'm still okay.
yeah, then it's like woman sitting there in pain, um, beyond, without getting into too much story, I'll just say something like confused, right? What's and pain. Then I start giving it meaning, and I'm worthless, and I am totally in danger. I have to be good from this point forward, right? But without all that, it's like I'm in pain and I can move. I can do something, even if I'm in pain. Is your life, I know it feels like it, but I don't want you to, we don't want to think our feelings are the facts about it. Is your life just in that scene, let's say where he did beat you, is your life in danger? And just freeze an actual moment where it's like maybe right after the beating, or, it's like, is your life in danger in that scene? Meaning,
No.
is your life over? Because there's really no in between, is it? I'm alive
Yeah.
or I'm not.
No, it's not a danger.
No, it's just you're in a lot of pain. And it could be an incredible amount of pain. But that's just the body being in pain. And I'm alive. And I can do things. I can move. I can respond to the best that I can. Right. So does that scene seem at least a little less scary in the absence of I'm just worthless, and in the absence of what was the other one? I'm worthless and oh, my life is in danger. In the absence of those two things, would it feel more possible for that little girl to say no or fight back?
Yeah, totally. Like it
Yeah.
feels safer for her to be able to just move over,
Yeah.
say no. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like, I have this reaction that says this isn't right. And yeah, I'd rather, this is like the woman, I'm speaking to the woman now. It's like, I'd rather follow that and be beaten to a pulp than to believe the lie that my worthiness and my safety depends on who you're being towards me versus getting it in God and in the deepest core of my being, right? Because that's the core of the lie. Dad can give or take away safety. Dad can um, give or take away worthiness. And that's the pattern that needs to be broken now.
It's like, are you saying basically like he can do whatever he wants and give away and put like, but none of that, like I'd rather be beaten because I know the truth of it. And I know whatever
Mm-hmm.
he does doesn't affect who I am at a core.
That's right. So
Yeah.
so then it's just you responding from what feels most true versus what seems to be safe, right? So we're just taking off the I'm worthless. If I fought back, my life would be in danger and I'd be worthless. So we're taking that out and going, how would that change you in the scene? And this is you starting to actually get in touch with you, with your true, spontaneous, authentic response of what is right for you. So again, what would it look like in that scene? In the absence of my life is in danger, and in the absence of I'm worthless if I just can't get away. What changes in that scene for the little girl when she first felt like, oh, I'm stuck. I don't want this. I want to get away. What changes in that moment for her?
Like I feel like her actually defending herself and like pushing him like on like pushing his chest away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I feel like her strength and like her courage and like just like how she's just responding in the moment to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's very different than I'm weak,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And so that's the version of you that says, no, I can take an action to separate. I can remove myself. I have the choice. As a little girl, you still might not have been able to, but what's going to get you out of this now is just like that little girl says, I do have a choice. I can fight back. I could say no. It's going to be you living that now in every relationship, especially with your dad, on everything. And it's not like I just need to go on a no spree. No, 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 no. It's just I have to genuinely get in touch with what I truly want, right? Outside of my context. Like for her, she wanted to leave, she wanted to escape, right? But it didn't make sense. It was way more scary to escape than to stay. So now it's like, I know the context you gave was like he was like visiting and maybe he wanted to stay with you or this and that. The fawn or the little girl in you might go, oh yeah, I really have no choice. I kind of have to, or saying no is not safe. Separating, doing what I truly want here is not safe. I can't do it. Well, because then maybe I'm not. My life will be in danger, or I'm worthless. But who would I be without that? Super honest about what I want. I want to have my own place.
Yeah. There's more that opens up when I can move from this authentic spot, right? Then I don't feel forced
Yeah,
into a decision that doesn't feel true.
exactly. So that at the risk of like, oh, hold on, I hear my baby crying. I gotta put on the noise canceling because
Oh,
poor girl. Um, at the risk of like being the bad girl, because that's actually good. This is also what we want to see is like you actually being really honest is good, even if they don't like it. Because the only other option is lies are good. That's what we'll try to teach ourselves. Like, no, if I lie enough and they like it's good, but it's not because I'll still feel bad. I'll still feel guilty. I'll still feel disconnected, right?
what if when there's like multiple people involved, is it selfish to choose like what you want whenever there's other people's decisions or things like that to consider? Or is it mostly like if I did choose what I wanted and it was in alignment, it's probably serving everyone as well.
100% it is.
Yeah.
Selfishness comes from fear.
Mm, okay.
Selfishness is a survival response. It says there's not enough. There's something lacking. Like I need to hoard it for myself, or I need to only worry about me and not consider anyone. It's not that we are inconsiderate, but we're not letting that natural like empathy mechanism of consideration tell us, okay, I'm only good if they feel good. It's not
Mm,
that kind of consideration. It's like, okay, let me consider what everyone wants and then get really honest with myself. And if I'm not in fear about it, then I'm
mm,
just honest about what I really want.
yeah, it's way more neutral there.
Totally. So they might, yeah, we want this, we want that. Yeah, I'm being really honest. I got to be really honest. And I want to be honest with you because I respect you and I'm working on being really honest and not people pleasing. This is what I really want,
Mm,
you know? And we just have to be honest with ourselves. If it's not coming from control and it's not coming from fear, then it's just true. Everyone has preferences. So it's important that we honor our preferences, but that's not a demand. It's just this is just like in that moment where if when he came in, it's like no, there's this instinctual part that said I want to go, right? No to this, yes to that. As soon as I feel like I can freely operate that way, especially in this relationship, you will likely start to resolve. Might take then bringing this same way of relating into romantic relationships and then actually enjoying sex consensually. It could take that just because it's very bodily and happened really young, but you will at least start to either resolve or downgrade when you can live this dynamic fully with your dad now, because this is where you can't fully separate, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make some sense?
All of it does. Like it's everything's clicking. I probably will have some questions next time.
Hmm.
Letting this digest. Yeah.
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 How are you feeling? How you feel?
I feel good. I feel lighter. I feel more open. I feel like there was so many subconscious like clicks in my system. I feel so much more compassion for my little one
Hmm.
and I feel okay. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Good.
like excited to continue seeing this unravel into like, yeah, my relationship with my father and those conversations and then like onward from that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of, I think this is actually good for now. I think we should let this sit in and then sink in. And then in our next session, we'll talk about possible reporting conversations, ways of bringing this to dad in a way that's super undefended
Yeah.
to just clarify, create, just kind of come into coherence where we're not living in two totally different realities. And then to also own anything on your end over time that may have been like, because I know for me, it's like I had a, I had one relationship where I was like in this like fawning thing.
Mhm.
And two things really stood out. Number one, I wasn't always honest. So when I got the feedback like I don't trust you, it really hurt me. But what hurt me was because it was true. Like I wasn't trustable. And then number two was I would manipulate. So it was
Yeah.
like I'd say things to get something and then I wouldn't. I'd kind of like punish or be upset so these are just like inevitable parts of the dynamic.
Yeah.
So typically what happens is when we report, we just clean up our end. We let them, their end is their end. We clean up our end, we own it, and we're super transparent about it. That is the best way to inspire someone to take ownership, responsibility, and feel totally undefended.
Oh, I remember your reporting video and I've like practiced it before. It's been a while, but I would, this feels really good to bring it like practice in around this for next time. Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be really good. But I want this session to sink in first.
Yeah.
Deidre, how do I say your name? Is it Deidre or Deidre? Deidre? I'm in awe of Callie and her ability to be embodied. She's so powerful. Yeah, you guys just share in the chat what you see in Callie. It's so courageous for her to just open up here and be witnessed by all y'all. I'd love to for you guys just to pour into her for a moment.
Thank you for witnessing me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna I have a client right now, but I'm gonna just like message them really quick that I'll be a couple minutes late.
Okay.
Um, okay.
I
Yeah,
don't know
there's
how.
also healing in just like voicing this A to a masculine being and then B to like when with others witnessing as well that I don't know. So
Totally.
that in a
Totally. Yeah.
big, yeah.
So I don't know who else is present, but you guys put in the chat, what do you see in Cali or what's like your takeaway? Some of y'all might be absent or driving or something. That's fine. Last thing I'll say, Cali, too, is um, you might have a little flare up tomorrow.
Okay.
This is also going to tell us what we hit. So it's good news. If you do, you're going to do either a full solving or it was just a track. So let me know. Dee asked if she can come on for a second. Yep, 1 second. Dee, I can't turn on your. Hold on. Let me turn on your. Let me see if I can turn on your video. Where are you? Okay, you could turn your video on. Oh, you're muted now. There you go. I asked just to unmute.
Hi, I'm just trying to get away from a lawnmower, so I'm trying
Oh,
to hide
good.
in a tree.
There you go. Hide in the
Uh,
tree.
this is my first live session, and so I've just been getting to know you, Brandon. I got your referral passed along from another girl that I've recently been talking to, and so Callie, I just want to come on and say this has been incredible for me to be present, and I'm just really thankful that you were engaged in your vulnerability because it brought so much for me too. Um, in so many ways.
Mhm.
I'm very thankful. So,
Oh, thank you, Dee.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
thank you,
tuning in.
Callie.
much.
So
Oh,
sweet.
right. That was, yeah, really, really sweet. So thank you, Dee.
So, Callie, I know you have your client, so you get going. You're welcome to. This will be sent to you, so you can watch it, and then our next session, we'll go over any symptoms that may have come up. We'll talk about reporting and some more steps for resolution, and we'll go from there.
That'd be great. I'm looking forward to
Okay.
it. Oh,
Great
thank you
work.
so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. I'll talk to you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.